Okay, so I've got an X-ring chain for the Sportster. I've never had an X-ring chain. I've never had no ring chain. I've always bought, the cheapest ones imaginable. But we're kind of sprucing it up, so I'd read up on it, and apparently normal chain's great. O-ring chain lasts longer, but a lot of friction. X-ring chain, theoretically, exactly the same thing with less friction. It does look like an O, but if you look really carefully, it's in an X formation. These things are expensive, okay? It took me a long time. It's like my video of the S&S carburetor. It took me a long time before deciding, yeah, I'll go for it. I'll get the expensive chain. It's 3 times the money, but lasts 4 times as long. So that's good economics in my book. However, while we're on the economics of it, there's something you should know about X-ring chains, and I genuinely didn't. Right, let's get comes in grease-proof paper. Have a look at it. Yeah, so there you go. That's nice. And you think, where's the split link? Oh, here's the split link. Fantastic. And the split link's here, and you go, where's the clip? And you go, what's going on? Help. And you look around. This pack has 4 X-rings and a plate and this thing and some grease, but unfortunately no clip. So I'm wondering what this is all about. And look at the back, and it says, use DID tool to press fit in plate and rivet pinheads. Oh, Jesus, really? So, okay, right, fine, okay. So I've spent nearly 100 quid on a chain, and I've got to buy a tool. Okay, I can live with that. So I got on eBay, and yeah, the tool costs more than the chain. And I'm thinking possibly the best thing I can do is resell this quickly while it's still brand new and just get a normal chain. But I thought, no, fuck it. In for a penny, in for a pound. We're going to actually get the riveting thing. Now, the thing is, once I'd found out that the least I was going to pay for this thing was 118 quid, I thought, well, there's got to be a generic version of it, hasn't there? And there are, and they're all around 35, 40 quid. And they don't seem the same, I have to say. The DID one's got the 2 holes. There is a DID channel where you can watch a Japanese fella, obviously, install one of these chains. And everything about the DID one seems different to the 35 quid ones. So I think you've really got to just go for the official tool. I mean, this is classic upselling in my opinion. This really is impressive upselling. You buy something, you're already complaining that it costs close to a ton, and then, oh, by the way, you need this tool. Oh no, it gets better. It gets better. Yeah, it gets better. The tool, it's like a chain. It operates like a chain splitter. I've got a chain splitter, obviously. So in that you put one spanner on it to hold it steady and another spanner on it to turn it. The spanner that you put on it to turn it, this tool, is 19 millimeters. However, the one that you use to hold it steady is 29 millimeters. Now, for Americans and also anybody living in 18th century England, that is about 1.25 inches. I mean, I don't know exactly. That's just off the top of my head. That is a big golf spanner, and obviously I don't have one of them. So you get back on eBay again, and you look at spanners. And I was expecting to spend about 10 or 20 quid on spanners, but what I saw was quite interesting. First thing turns up, £1.94, including postage, for a 27mm spanner. The picture doesn't say 27mm, and that just seems, it must cost more than that to post something that heavy. So I'm looking down, and then I see Senator, never heard of them. This looks good, £22.60, again, it looks fantastic. It's 24mm on one end, 27 on the other. But when you look at the picture, it doesn't say that. It's got the measurements of a much smaller spanner. And there's this Yamoto one. I've never heard of Yamoto either. So we go down Yamoto, and oh, they've sold loads of them. But again, you look at the picture and it doesn't say 24 by 27. And then we finally get to Draper. God bless them. Now, Draper are, to the best of my knowledge, Draper are a budget, like home use thing. So as long as you don't slap them about, the thing, professional tools, you're in a hurry. Time is money. So you do tend to slap things about. Tater machine's a classic example. you know, the cacophony of tools clanging about in that man's videos. But they're all really high-grade stuff, I would imagine, because he uses them day in, day out, so they can take it. Now, Draper, I hope I'm not maligning Draper by saying they are a budget brand, like Silverline in this. Silverline is another good budget brand. And I've always had, as long I'm just careful with it, you know. I realise that I'm not, if you're paying 15 quid for a big spanner instead of 100 quid for a big spanner, or 50 quid, then yeah, you're gonna have to be careful with it. So to sum up, this thing is just under 15 quid, the one I want. So £118 for the tool. 123, 115. Oh god, I can't do maths all of a sudden. Well, it's all that money anyway. Hang on. It's about 133 quid, right? So there you go. In tools, just for the privilege of fitting this thing on. And of course, the sunk cost fallacy means I'm going to be using X-ring chains for the rest of my life because I want my money's worth out of that tool. So there you have it. A newbie's introduction to X-ring chains. Any other questions you got about them, stick them in the comments. I'll do my best to answer them. Cheery bye.